Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you're well. This is something that we're going to aim for. This is unfinished, but we're going to go and try and aim for this. And what we're going to do is have artifacts and things in the distance to draw our eyes into this. We're going to have some fauna over here, so you can see that we've got lots of layers that we're going to be working on, background colors, and things along the lines of just fauna that we're going to be able to sort of color in here, and we're going to color those in with specific shades and what have you, and using a thing called a clipping mask. So we get rid of that. I'm going to go into the gallery. I'm going to go and get a square. So I'll have given you this. So I'm going to go and make a square. I'll have given you one that we can use to print with properly. First job then is we are going to go and add some shapes. So to do that, we have to go and draw our shapes. So we're going to go and get a pen. So the pen we're going to get is the monoline. So we're going to go into inking and the we're going to go into calligraphy, and we're going to get monoline, which is here. So go into calligraphy and monoline, and then we are going to use these preset colors here that I'll have given you already. We're going to use this cyan blue to begin with. We're going to make sure that our preset is at 100, and then we're going to have something around about sort of 10%-ish, like that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go and create a circle. Now, when you hold your pen down like this out onto the screen, you can move and resize your circle. So to get a perfect circle, you're going to have to use your other hand like this. And when you tap the screen, keeping your brush, your pen onto the screen, and you hold your finger on the side, then you'll get a perfect circle. So we want it about 1/3 of the size of the screen of the page, like so. And then we can just go and fill this in like that. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to go and copy and paste this so we have like this pill shape. So I'm just going to go and move this over into the center of my screen like this. So you can do the same, put it into the center. Next, what we're going to do is copy and paste this. I'm going to go to my ribbon over here and copy and paste. So go to the ribbon, copy and paste, and it'll go and put a new layer there like that, you can see. And then I'm able to go and move this down. I can use the guides from here. So I tap on the select and I can bring this down using the guide. So you can see that there are guides here on the screen. And I'm going to bring that down to about there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to resize this later on just so that it comes across the page. And then we're going to use a selection in a second. So we use a selection and we are able to go and use this and select around it. So to create this rectangular shape, we're going to have to make a new layer. So we're going to here, make a new layer. And then we can just go and use the selection. And we want to go and select a rectangle. And when you select the rectangle, you can select across it. And then what I'm going to do is just zoom in a little bit so we can see this a bit better. I'm going to get as close as I can to the edge, like that. And then I'll try and get as close to the edge as I possibly can. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, there are lines on here. So you can probably see the lines that are on here. You can see that this is definitely whiter than that. And you can drag this color into the selection then, and it'll fill it all out. So it just fills that selection. Just to show you what that looks like, you can see that on here that you've now got 3 shapes. You've got the rectangle that you filled in, and you've got the 2 sort of pill shapes that are there. Right. So what I need to do now, or what we need to do, is we go into our layers and we go into the select tool here. So we can turn this ribbon off now, go into the select, and it selects that shape. If I zoom in here slightly, what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to keep my snapping on. Make sure this snapping is on and the snap is there. And what I need to do is just use my guides. If I zoom out a little bit, what I want you to see is that blue line, and that blue line is going to snap everything together to that top line. So I'm going to go into this and snap that. Now I know that they're not quite all together, so what I'm going to do is just want you to do as well is go into your layers, go into your other layer, to here, go and select that one. And when you select this, you can pop into we can just go and select this now. We can go and put all these two together, make sure they're all snapped together. And they're all in that rectangle. Now what I'm going to do is just zoom out and drag this down. And now you can see I've got that crosshair. And now I know that the center of the circle is on the end of that rectangle. And I'm going to do the same to this one too. There, and I got the rectangle onto the end with the center of my pill shape. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. I might make this a bit paler actually. I might go and bring these together, or I might leave it as it is. You can choose any color you like. You've got the shades here for any of those blues, so you can choose any style and color that you want in your presentation. And then you can change the colors as we work along. Okay, I'll leave that to you. Go and have a go, and I wish you good luck.